Welcome, folks, to the Chile Athletic Complex at Ashland High School for tonight's game between the Ashland Clockers and the visiting Bellingham Blackhawks in field hockey. The coin flip was already done. Bellingham has the ball to start the game. They'll be shooting to our right, and your hometown Ashland Clockers will be shooting to the left. As soon as we hear the whistle, we'll start the game, and when there's time, I'll give the starting lineups of both teams. I know for the Clockers, the starters will be Kaylee Palin, Allie Kevaney, Caitlin Laughlin, Maggie Campion, Maddie Norfolk, and we're underway here. Elena Morgan, Bryn Moriarty, Emily Wenzel, and Michelle Grassberger. I'm assuming the goaltender is Maddie Flynn. The head coach for the Ashland Clockers is Molly Bennett. The officials for tonight's game are Kenny Schoenberg on the far side, the bench side, and Mike Whalen here on the near side. The starters for the Bellingham Blackhawks are Amanda McGrath, Katie Reed, Charlotte McGregor, Jordan Houston, Angie McGrath, Amanda Ricard, Taylor Nicolais, Hannah Cote, Brooke Silvestri, Lauren Kay, and the goalie is Leah Dennett. Okay, the action has moved down into the Ashland defensive end of the field. Okay, Ashland has a free hit. Taking the free hit for the Clockers is number 19, Michelle Grassberger. Another foul on Bellingham, and the Clockers will have the ball starting at their 45-yard line. It's easy to give you the yard line markers because we're using the football field as well. On a normal field hockey field, we wouldn't have that advantage. Number 11 for Bellingham, Amanda Ricard, taking the free hit now. Bellingham takes the ball close to the inside the circle. Clockers take it out. That's Bryn Moriarty who took it out, dribbled it out to midfield, and got it into Bellingham territory. It's inside the Bellingham circle. Shot, goal for the Clockers. Less than 3 minutes into the game, and the Clockers are on the board. I'll give you the goal scorer if I can. Looks like it could have been number 12. Maddie Norfolk scored that goal, senior, forward. Bellingham will start play on the whistle. Ball's intercepted by Allie Kevaney. Foul on Ashland. Bellingham has the ball at around their own 40-yard line, or at the Ashland 40-yard line, sorry. Allie Kevaney again, nice dribble up towards midfield, intercepted by Bellingham. Obstruction call against the Clockers. Bellingham will have the ball. Free hit goes downfield. Intercepted by Athena Lampras for the Clockers. Passes it downfield. Intercepted by Bellingham. Bellingham brings it up back over the 50-yard line again. Again, Ashland takes control on the far side. Dribbles down. Out of bounds. Looks like it will be a side in for the Clockers. Taking the side in is Bryn Moriarty. Another foul on Bellingham, and the Clockers will have the ball at about their 20-yard line. Out of bounds over the end line off of Ashland, and it'll be a 16-yard hit coming out for Bellingham. So we're about 5 minutes into the game, and the Clockers scored early and have a 1-0 lead over Bellingham. Free hit goes out to about the 40, picked up by the Clockers. Athena Lampras with the ball. Maggie Campion taken away by Bellingham. Bellingham passes it into the Clocker circle. Takes control of the ball, but it's out of bounds. Haven't got the call yet. Out of bounds off of Ashland, so it'll be a 25-yard hit coming in for Bellingham. When the ball goes out of bounds off the defense like that, the offense will get the ball, and it'll be a free hit from the 25. Intercepted by the Clockers on that very poor free hit by Bellingham. Allie Keveney. Bellingham shoots it into the circle. It's out of bounds. Off of Bellingham, it'll be a 16-yard hit coming out for the Clockers. That was Maggie Campion taking the free hit from the 16 for Ashland. Passes it over to the far side. Controlled by Ashland. Pass finally comes over to Allie Keveney on the near side. Foul against Bellingham. Free hit Clockers. Kaylee Palin with the free hit originally takes it down inside the 25, but it's coming back out. Looks like there might have been a advancing call against the Clockers. Athena Lampras fighting hard for the ball. It'll be a side in for Ashland. Mike Whalen making the call at about the 41 or 42-yard line. A side in is just like a free hit, except it's taken on the sideline. Ball's gone out of bounds off of the other team, and the team gets the ball, offensive team gets the ball for a free hit. Caitlin Laughlin takes the pass originally from Athena Lampras. Nice poke check there by Olivia Gleason. Slows down the Bellingham advance. Bellingham controls the ball back inside the circle. And it's out of bounds off of Bellingham. It'll be another 16-yard hit for the Clockers. 16 yards is the top of the circle. Any place along that 16-yard mark at the top of the circle is where the defensive team takes the ball out. Dribbled by Bellingham. Looks like it hit an Ashland foot. Bellingham controlled it. Ashland foot again. Grassberger the ball. And Bellingham will have a free hit on the near side. Ball's intercepted by the Clockers. Poke check again there by Caitlin Laughlin. Ball bounces over the stick of Bryn Moriarty, but it's controlled by Ashland. Out of bounds off of Moriarty. Free via side in for the Blackhawks.
Here you go.
Inside the circle. Cleared by Ashland. That's Emily Wenzel on defense. Looks like she's playing sweeper back there. Clockers fighting hard, controlled by, must have been a foul against the Clockers, so Bellingham will have a free hit. Actually, that foul was committed inside the circle, so it'll be a corner for Bellingham. Ashland will put 6 forwards back to the 50, 4 defensive people and the goalie in net. Injector for Bellingham. Brooke Silvestri will pass that ball out. The ball has to leave the circle and come back in, and if it's shot and goes in, that'll be a goal. Not controlled by Bellingham. Pass back in, inside the circle again. Backhand shot. Controlled by Bellingham still. Ashland is checking. Clockers are keeping them from getting a shot off. Shot is taken, out of bounds off Bellingham. It'll be a Clocker 16-yard hit. 19:32 left to go in the first period. We play 2:30s. Clockers are leading 1-0. I think it was Maddie Norfolk that scored that goal at just under 3 minutes gone in the first period. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be a side in on the far side for Bellingham. Out of bounds this time off of Bellingham, and the side in goes to the Clockers. Looked like Emily Wenzel took that side in. Free hit Bellingham from the 30. Control on the far side by number 11 for Bellingham. That's Amanda Ricard. Blackhawks get it into the circle, and there is a foul called against the Clockers again in the circle. That's a corner for Bellingham.
Come on, Amanda.
Pass comes out, outside the circle, pass back in. Play is slowed down by the Clockers. Athena Lampras again on that. Controlled by Ashland, and it's out of the circle, and the Clockers are driving the ball downfield. Allie Kevaney beats Bellingham to the ball, controls it, takes it inside the 20 at around the 15. It's in the circle now. And there's a call against the Clockers. Free hit Bellingham coming out. Fighting for the ball there for Ashland was Moriarty.
Come on, Amanda, get up there.
Nice controlled dribble there by Charlotte McGregor for the Blackhawks, and it goes to the far side. Jordan Houston for Bellingham controls it. Poke checking for the Clockers, Maggie Campion. Bellingham takes it down the far side. Taken away by the Clockers again. Controlled again by Bellingham. And controlled again by the Clockers, and they drive it out to about the 40, and it comes back in. But again, Clockers have a nice drive downfield again. Look like Matty Norfolk controlling the ball. High hit, dangerous hit called on Bellingham, so the Clockers will have a free hit inside the 40, down to about the 35. Dribble and pass by Ashland. Call goes against the Clockers on this one. It'll be or against Bellingham, I'm sorry. It'll be a free hit at the 25. Pass out, intercepted by the Blackhawks. Again, that's Moriarty controlling the ball. Helping her out there is Elena Morgan. Call goes against the Clockers. Bellingham takes the free hit over the 50. And they bring it back into Ashland territory, but there's a foul call against the Clockers on that play. The free hit will be over the 50. Drive goes about 25 or 30 yards for Bellingham, but it's controlled by Ashland on the far side. Can't get a number there. Looks like number 13. That would be Olivia Gleason. And it'll be a side in. Side in for Bellingham. The pass goes all the way downfield, almost over the end line, but it is, again, a foul called against Bellingham this time, so the Clockers will have the ball a side in, went out of bounds on that side. Another side in for the Clockers. And an aerial pass. Aerial pass made it through to the offensive player, controlled by the Clockers' Moriarty. An aerial ball is legal as long as there's an offensive player or a player for the team that's taking the aerial who is a clear target for the pass. The defense must let the targeted player play the ball before they can go in and try to intercept the ball. It can't be dangerous. It can't be on a line. It has to be in the air. Campion taking the free hit at the 30 for the Clockers. Goes into about the 20. Stop there. Foul on Bellingham. Free hit Ashland. Dribble control. Down to the sideline, Athena Lampras again. Nice control by Lampras. Tries to get it into the circle. Bellingham intercepts it and stops the play and takes it down the far sideline. Over the 50, over the 45. Controlled again by Bellingham. And it's hit by the Clockers over to the sideline on this side, and it's out of bounds, so it will be a free hit, or rather a side in for the Blackhawks at about the 35-yard line. That was Kate Laughlin defending the side in. The Clockers control the ball. Laughlin controlled it, got it downfield. Free hit Clockers at about the 50. Campion taking it. Pass to Moriarty, comes to the near side. Nice dodge by Moriarty. Grassberger controlling it on the near side again, keeping it in bounds.
Come on, guys, go, go.
Seems to have no help there. Ball down the Bellingham end. Pass into the circle, a shot on goal, save. Saved by Flynn for the Clockers. Stays in bounds, passed outside the circle. Bellingham controls it again. A bouncing shot. Would not have counted as a goal because it was taken outside the circle, unless there'd been a deflection in the circle for Bellingham. And it's out of bounds, apparently off Bellingham. I think it'll be a... Nope, the official says, yep, off Bellingham. Side in Clockers. 10 minutes to go here in period number 1. Still 1-0 Ashland. Ashland controls the ball down to the 50. Kayla Soldi with the ball. She's got help from Morgan. Soldi passes it out to Norfolk. Looked like a advancing call against Bellingham. It'll be a free hit Ashland inside the 25-yard line. Anytime that free hit is taken inside the 25-yard line, the ball has to get dribbled or passed to somebody else before it enters the circle. If it's driven straight in, it's an automatic loss of possession, and the defense gets the ball. That ball was out of bounds off of Ashland, so Bellingham will have the ball a side in on this side at about the 35. We're not looking at the white lines. Those are football lines. We're playing the blue or black line. Nice controlled dribble by the Bellingham player. Call goes against Ashland. That was Amanda Ricard for Bellingham. Controlled dribble, foul against Ashland again. Ricard passes it through. But it is intercepted by Ashland. Lampras slows down the play. Controlled on the back line by one of the halfbacks for the Clockers, Olivia Gleason. Back and forth at about midfield between the two teams. Nobody really controlling it. Nice control by Campion there. Passes it to Gleason, but must have been a advancing call against Ashland. Bellingham will have a free hit at the 25. Intercepted. Taken out. Nice pass to the wing. Soldi picks it up on that pass from Laughlin. Ashland controls. Back out to midfield, picked up over there by Hannah Levy for the Blackhawks. Nice controlled dribble again there by Ricard, but Ashland gets it back. Campion the ball, passes it down, intercepted by Blackhawks. It's going back and forth, ladies and gentlemen, but pretty much the action has been more on the Ashland defensive end. Bellingham has had the ball down, I think, more in terms of minutes in their offensive end, but haven't been able to put it in, fortunately, and the clock has scored 3 minutes in and still have a 1-0 lead. 6:20 left to go in the first period. Palin in there on that play. Must have got called for the stick interference. Bellingham tries to save the ball from going out of bounds, but the player is unable to, and it'll be a 16-yard hit coming out for the Clockers. Nice pass out. Clearing pass from the 16, goes right through over the 50. Trying to get a number on that player for the Clockers. Looks like it could be number 8, Laughlin, or number 6, actually, Emily Schwartz. Again, it's going to stay inside, over the 50, inside Bellingham defensive territory. Controlled by the Clockers, but passed too hard over the end line, so it'll be a 16-yard hit coming out for the Blackhawks. Just about 5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Campion the pass, taken away by Bellingham. Kaylee Bennett, poke check by Campion, taken away. The free hit for the Clockers at the 45. Nice pass over in this direction by Palin. Kevaney the control. Call goes against the Clockers. It'll be Bellingham free hit at the 40-yard line. We're under 4 minutes to go now. 3:45 to go in the first period. Free hit. Controlled by Gleason. Nice dribble by Gleason. Past its high off of a Bellingham stick, so Ashland is controlling the ball, so there's no whistle on that. And it's a side in for the Clockers. Michelle Grassberger will take that side in at about the 41-yard line. Nice pass down. Soldi. Soldi controls it for a moment, gets it over to Kevaney. Kevaney passes it in. Laughlin is there. Clockers are not advancing it into the circle very much, not as much as Bellingham, but they're controlling the play and not allowing Bellingham to get down inside the circle very much. I think Bellingham has had one corner. And back and forth we go. Laughlin. Controlled by the Blackhawks. Looks like number 16 over on the far side, Soldi. Passes it in, intercepted by Bellingham. Out of bounds again, side in Ashland. Side in again for the Clockers. Palin taking that. Foul goes against Bellingham. It'll be a free hit, Ashland. It's inside the 25. That's always a good thing. Kate Laughlin taking the ball. Dribble dodge. In the circle. Pass. Intercepted by the Blackhawks, and they take it out of there. We're down under a minute to go. Long dribble on the far sideline for Bellingham. Stopped by the Clockers. Lampras again takes that free hit. Controlled upfield by Norfolk. And then Soldi. Last control by Norfolk again. Bellingham has control, and that is the end of the first period here at the Ashland Athletic Complex with the score. Maddie Norfolk scoring less than 3 minutes in, about 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the game. And that one goal is held up right through the first period. So it's 1-0 Ashland after one here at Ashland High School. Welcome back to the second half here at the Henschel-Kunis Athletic Complex here at Ashland High School. I didn't get a chance at the beginning of the game to explain why you're not seeing the Clocker girls in their traditional home whites. They're wearing pink tonight in honor of breast cancer awareness. Okay, there's 30 on the clock, and we're ready to go. Taking the pass, I don't want to call it a pass back, but the starting pass for the second half was Kate Laughlin for the Clockers. And the Clockers have started off with the ball inside their offensive end. Free hit Bellingham. Stopped by Ashland. Controlled by the Clockers on the near side. That's Moriarty again, who passes it down inside, deeper into the Ashland offensive end. Again controlled by Moriarty, passed over to Norfolk. Norfolk takes it into the circle. And it will be a free hit just outside the circle, called by the official. Moriarty taking that hit. Dribbles it. Passes it out to Gleason, and Gleason passes it into the circle. Control there by Ashland, but the play is stopped by Bellingham and taken out. Again, nice poke check by Gleason, keeping the ball in. Norfolk controls. Bellingham stops the advance of the ball inside the circle. It comes back out, but again, Moriarty has the ball and is called for a dangerous stick. Bellingham has the free hit coming out. Control there by Laughlin. Laughlin passes it inside. And there's a foul against the Clockers, and the ball will come out to the 16. Bellingham will have a free hit at the 16. Ashland is swarming the ball this half to start. It would be good to control it and keep that ball down into the offensive end, keeping Bellingham from getting it down into their offensive end and tying the game up. Still 1-0. We're early in the second half, 27-25 to go in the game. Side in for the Clockers on the far side. Again, stopped by Bellingham, but the Clockers continue to poke check. and keep that ball in at around the 30, 35-yard line. Bellingham finally controls and gets the ball over the 50. Pass to the far sideline. Foul call against Ashland. Free hit Bellingham. Ricard again. Free hit again for Bellingham at the 25. Make that the 20. Backtrack, drive in the circle. Stopped by Ashland. Stopped again by the Clockers. And dribbled out and controlled by Ashland up the field over the 50. I want to give some credit to the defense for the Clockers down there stopping the Bellingham advance. Wenzel was down there involved in that. I think Grassberger, number 19. I can't get the number of the girl on the far side. But they all did a good job controlling that ball and getting the ball quickly out of the circle. So we have Wenzel, Grassberger, and I think number 4, Palin, were the 3 halfbacks, or number 11, that's Lampras, and Gleason. Gleason, Lampras, Grassberger, and Wenzel, the 4 people who have slowed down the Bellingham advance and got that ball out and downfield. I'm sure Coach Bennett is going to be pleased with the way her girls are playing in the second, to start the second half here. We just need to continue this for about another 20, 25 minutes. And it's out of bounds. Free hit, Clockers. Off of Bellingham again, free hit, Clockers. She's got to give her 5 yards. Bellingham has to be 5 yards away. The defense has to be 5 yards away when that free hit is taken, or they cannot play the ball. Controlled by Bellingham, stopped by the Clockers. Look like Wenzel again. Passed up and out of bounds. It'll be a free hit, Bellingham at about the 30. Nice hustle there by Norfolk trying to keep that ball in bounds. Halfback on this side is Gleason. Grassberger and Wenzel staying deep. It was too high. It did hit an Ashland leg on the play, but I thought it was called too high. Yep, there we go. Should be a foul against Bellingham. It's Ashland ball. And it's in the circle quickly. Shot on goal. Saved by Bellingham, it looked like, and the ball is out of bounds, or it couldn't have been a save. It was out of bounds off the clock as the shot missed the goal, and it'll be a 16-yard hit for Bellingham coming out. Again, the Ashland defense stops the Bellingham advance. That was Gleason. So far, the Ashland defense is doing a great job keeping Bellingham out of that circle area where of course they want to be, because they can only score from a shot taken inside the circle. Of course, a foul inside the circle results in a defensive foul results in a corner for the Bellingham Blackhawks, and that's an advantage as well. So the defense is doing a fine job keeping them out. Bad, kind of a bouncy free hit by Bellingham, which slows the play down, and Ashland is there to slow the Bellingham advance. Again, controlling it at midfield and keeping the ball out of the offensive end for Bellingham. stopped again by Wenzel. Over to the inside. Campion controls it. Tries to pass it over to the far wing. Palin. Bellingham controls, and it looks like it was a foot violation against Bellingham. Free hit Ashland. Pass up to Norfolk.
Stay with her, stay with her.
Norfolk gets it over to Moriarty. Moriarty back to Norfolk. It's out of bounds. It'll be, it's off of Bellingham. Excellent. It's a free hit for the Clockers. Side in. Nice. Got through. Laughlin. Pass out. Stopped by Moriarty. Passes it in. It's in the circle. Bellingham trying to get it out. And it's a stick interference call against the Clockers. It'll be Bellingham free hit. Again, nice play by Moriarty, stopping that pass. Keeping it in. Obstruction call against Moriarty. Bellingham free hit, and it will go out of bounds. And we have a timeout. Timeout on the field. There's 20 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game. We're in the second half of the Ashland home game on Pink Night, Breast Cancer Awareness Night. The Ashland Clocker players are wearing their pink shirts and their pink socks covering their shin guards. Each team has two timeouts per game. They can take them at any time. This is the first timeout that's been called. Coach Bennett has to be pleased with the way her defense is playing the second half. Bellingham did control the ball for a majority of the time offensively in the first half, unable to score, of course. The clock will start on the whistle, on the official's whistle. It looks like Bellingham is coming to play that side in. So it was a Bellingham timeout that was called. Nope, they're playing defense. That was timeout Ashland. Okay, it'll be side in Ashland, and the clock will start on the official's whistle. Taking that side in is Emily Wenzel. She's got Grassberger back. A lot of Bellingham defenders covering the pass into the offensive end. The officials are talking about something at midfield. We won't get that whistle. Oh. He wants to talk to you. Open the window.
Slow to start the clock because we lost on time.
Yeah, you lost about
Don't
4 or
start
5
it.
seconds.
You don't start it when he blows the whistle. Start it when he drops his hand on the other side. Okay?
Okay, the timer is going to watch the official on the far side. We did lose some seconds on that timeout call. So they're going to make it back up and start that clock when the far official drops his arm down. The ball's in play. And Moriarty takes it down into the offensive end. It's out of bounds. Off of Bellingham, it'll be a side-in Clockers. We're down under 20 minutes to go, 19 and 40 seconds. Open. Okay, we do have a timing problem here, so the scoreboard clock is going to be turned off. We're somewhere under 20 minutes left to go. The officials on the field are keeping the time. The ball is out of bounds off the back line, off the end line from on that pass from Moriarty. So Bellingham will have a 16-yard hit coming out. Ashland controls that free hit and gets it into the circle. We have a whistle.
When are you going to start it? You going to start it at any time?
He just said start the clock.
Yeah, but that's like...
And it'll be a free hit Bellingham.
Start it.
Bouncer.
Start the clock.
Call goes against the Clockers on that play. Free hit Bellingham. Attempted an interception by Laughlin on that play. Bellingham does control it. It's out of bounds on the far side. Looks like it's it's not out of bounds, it's on the field. Bellingham free hit. Driven down deep into Clocker territory, controlled by the defense. Grassberger looked like controlled that ball, passes it out to the near side. Again, Moriarty is there. And Norfolk is there, slowing down the Bellingham advance. Campion controls the ball, takes it way downfield, dribbles it about 20 or 30 yards into the Ashland offensive end. Again, not getting it into the circle, but controlling play, which keeps that score at 1-0 in favor of Ashland. Bellingham doesn't get that ball inside the 20 or inside the circle, they're not going to be able to score. So that defense is doing a great job keeping Ashland ahead of this game as time ticks down. Side in Bellingham. Again, the clock of defense is there, slowing it down. Grassberger, the pass. Gleason's there. Wenzel has the middle and near side covered. The forwards are taking the ball into the Ashland offensive end again, controlling it. I'm sure Coach Bennett would love to get a second goal here for a little bit of insurance. Clocker forward still able to control that ball on the far side and not allow Bellingham to get anything started. Call goes against the clock. There was obstruction against Moriarty. Bellingham takes the free hit, drives it down, kind of a weak free hit, controlled by the defense again. Nice poke. Wenzel stops it.
Bring it up.
And it's controlled. Wenzel gets it over to Moriarty. Moriarty passes it downfield. Intercepted by Bellingham. Looks like number 18 for Bellingham. Brooke Silvestri controlling that ball, and she takes it down, has a nice dribble into Clocker territory, but it's stopped again by the defense outside the circle. A shot in by Bellingham into the circle.
Get it out!
Wouldn't be a goal, and it's cleared nicely on the near side by Emily Wenzel. And apparently,
Come on, Ashley!
I would say the official called that an intentional. I don't see why that would be. If it's to the sideline, it shouldn't be intentional. There must have been some other foul in the circle before that clear. So Bellingham has a corner. Their first one of the second half. We have about a half a period to go here. And as the clock ticks away, Bellingham had not retrieved the ball, so the injector got in position to pass the ball into her teammates and had to go retrieve the ball on the track near the bleachers. Well, this all works into Ashland's favor as time ticks away.
Get out there!
Weak shot in on goal, stopped by the Clockers. Grassberger, I think, on the far side.
Go!
Fighting for the ball. Palin sends it out. Free hit Ashland. Aerial pass intended for Laughlin. She controls the ball. Again, as long as that aerial is not deemed dangerous by the official and there is a clear receiver on the other end, there's nothing dangerous about it. The receiver on that end is allowed to play the ball on the ground before the defense can go in and try to take it away. So it's a good way to advance the ball down 15, 20. A nice one would be 20 or 30 yards downfield and quickly get the ball into the offensive end. So the ball is inside the 20-yard line now. Again, free hit Clockers. Nice reverse stick and a goal for the Clockers. The pass went from Moriarty to Norfolk, and if that's Norfolk's goal, that's her second one of the game. That was a nifty edge pass, backhand edge pass by Moriarty that got the ball into Norfolk apparently, and she was able to put it in. It was Campion that brought the ball up, so I'm not sure if it was Campion or Norfolk that scored the goal. In any case, the Clockers have a 2-0 lead with about 13 minutes to go here in the game. Pass back by Bellingham and pass up to the near side, unable to be controlled by Chiapponi. And it's out of bounds off the Clockers. It'll be a side in Bellingham. Make that a free hit. Yep, that was real too high. Once you move the ball, the defense can come in and try to stop the pass, and that's exactly what happened. And controlled again by the Clockers. Deep down in the near corner. Intercepted by Ashland. It looks like it's in the circle from here. If they can get another shot off. Another reverse stick pass. Goes across field to the far side. Again controlled by the Clockers. Free hit Ashland. At the 20, about the 20-yard line. That ball has to be passed or dribbled 5 yards before it can go into the circle, but apparently it hit the receiver's foot over there on the far side. So it's an advancing call, goes against Ashland, and that free hit by Bellingham. Apparently Bellingham called the timeout because they had the free hit. So that's the second timeout called in this half, but this time called by Bellingham. Bellingham apparently is trying to regroup with that timeout. They have 11:42 to go in this game, and they're down 2 goals. The Clockers are maintaining possession, keeping Bellingham out of the circle, not allowing them to get anything going on the offensive end, and keeping them out of the net, which is the story of the game.
Shut the clock off. Zero is up.
How much time is left approximately?
I think that's pretty close, but he has a problem with it, so.
But he's got the official time?
Zero's up there for me.
Okay, the official has asked that the clock be turned off. There's approximately 11 minutes to go. The official on the far side, which is the bench side, is keeping the time and has the official clock for the game. So we'll try to guesstimate for you how much time is left as we move along. Right now, if the Clockers can keep playing the kind of defense and midfield control of the ball, they're in a good position to get their maybe 3rd win of the season. Coach Molly Bennett has worked hard with these girls. They've definitely improved since the beginning of the season. The Tri-Valley League is a tough field hockey league, has some good teams. Hopkinton is always good. Holliston's having a good season this year. I think they're both going to be qualified for the tournament. Medway, I believe, is leading the league. They might still be undefeated. The last time I saw the standings, I think they were 9-0-1 or 9-0-2. Okay, we have a free hit Bellingham to restart play. 1 timeout called by each team. They each have 1 remaining. Free hit is stopped by Ashland. The advancing call goes against the Clockers. That was Kate Laughlin on that side who stopped the original pass in. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a side in for Bellingham. But they keep flubbing up that hard pass, and the ball doesn't go very far, and the Ashland defense is able to stop the ball and control it and use up more clock. This pass goes through, but it's stopped on the far side by Grassberger. Grassberger again in there. Palin. Slowed down again. Call goes against Bellingham. Free hit Ashland. Aerial pass by Palin. It was called dangerous by the official, so it'll be a Bellingham free hit at the spot. It's in the circle, and it's brought out. Must have been an advancing call going against Bellingham, and the Clockers have the ball at the 16. Pass by Wenzel came to the near side to Gleason. Gleason had it taken away. It's back into the circle for Bellingham. Bellingham is trying to get a shot off, but it keeps getting stopped. It's never up. Finally, there's a save there by Flynn. Another shot and a goal. And that makes the score with somewhere under 10 minutes to go, 2-1 in favor of the Clockers. I suspect that number 8 scored the goal, Kaylee Bennett, for Bellingham. In any case, it'll be Clocker ball to restart play after that goal, leading 2-1. Laughlin. Back to Campion. Campion passes it up. Advancing call goes against Ashland. It'll be a free hit, Bellingham. Intercepted. Dribbled down. Allie Kevney on that play. She passes it up. Free. Controlled by the Clockers. Passed into the circle. Shot on goal. Save. Another shot. In. No goal. The official is waving it off. Calling it a 16-yard hit. Oh, a corner. Okay, I'm sorry. It did go in, but apparently the official had blown the whistle for a defensive violation by Bellingham before the shot. So it's no goal, but Ashland has a corner. Injecting the ball for the Clockers. I couldn't get that number down there, but there's a good injection, a shot on goal, high off of Bellingham's stick, but it goes out of bounds. It must have been off of an Ashland stick. It goes out of bounds on the off the end line, and it's a 16-yard hit for Bellingham. Again, despite the fact that that goal was not allowed, the 2-1 lead is having the 2-1 lead is a precious thing when the ball is in your offensive end. As long as you control that ball, you're not going to be able to allow that the opponent rather, to score a goal to tie it up. It's a free hit by the Clockers just outside the circle. That has to be passed or dribbled before it's sent into the circle, and it is sent in, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds off of Bellingham. That'll be a 25-yard hit for the Clockers. So the ball comes out directly opposite where it went out of bounds, up to the 25. That ball again has to be dribbled or controlled for 5 yards before it goes into the circle. And it has been now, and it is into the circle, but nothing going as far as a shot. It is still controlled by Ashland. Call goes against Bellingham. Free hit into the circle. Stopped by Bellingham and dribbled out. Bellingham is able to control that ball up to the 50-yard line. High off an Ashland stick, so that won't be called. It's a free ball. Looks like it was kicked by Bellingham, but no call. Looks like it might have been kicked again by Bellingham. Finally, there's a call, and it's Ashland ball. Free hit. Grassberger, Wenzel. Up to Norfolk. Norfolk takes it down the sideline, gets the call. Free hit Clockers. Moriarty will take it. It's inside the 20. Again, we need a 5-yard dribble or control. Into the circle. Kicked by Bellingham. Corner Ashland. The injector for the Clockers is number 8, Kate Laughlin. She'll get the ball out to a targeted shooter who'll dribble it, control it, and get it into the circle and hopefully get a shot off on goal, which if it doesn't go in is deflected by somebody. And it is controlled by the Clockers. There is a weak shot on goal. Doesn't get through to the official, and it goes out of bounds off of Ashland, so it'll be a 16-yard hit for Bellingham. Again, the Clockers are maintaining control on the offensive end, keeping Bellingham out of their offensive end and not allowing them to get a shot on goal and tie this game up. I'm going to guess there's around 5 or 6 minutes to go here still in this game. Bellingham controls it at the 20. Into the circle. Wenzel makes the stop. And we have a defensive stick interference actually against the Clockers, so there'll be a corner for Bellingham. On my count, I think this is their second of the half. Nice stop Nice stop by Gleason. Did not allow that shot to come off. Gleason was the sweeper on that play for the Clockers. And her job is to stop that shot. Not allow it to go on goal. Again, the Clockers defense is holding strong. We have an obstruction call going against Ashland, and Bellingham will have a free hit at about the 25. Side dribble over to the far side. Bellingham takes a wild shot into the circle. It goes in, and there's an attempt at a one-timer by the Bellingham player, and it hit her foot apparently before she was able to get her stick on it. So the Clockers have the free hit coming out. That was Grassberger with the pass up, which again is stopped. Call goes against the Clockers, so it'll be a free hit inside the 25. Again, when that free hit is taken inside the 25, both offense and defense have to be. There's a shot on goal. Oh, no, it went in. Goal by Bellingham. Tie game. And looks like a single digit carrying that ball up. I'm going to assume it was number 6 for Bellingham, Charlotte McGregor. And we have a timeout. Clock was stopped anyhow after the goal, so the timeout could have been called by either team. I don't know. I didn't get a signal on that. There's approximately 3 minutes to go in the game, the official tells me. And it's tied up 2-2 on a late goal by Bellingham.
No, I'm just saying, guys. You don't have to be mean about it. I'm just having a conversation with you. As a fan. But it does.
Timeouts in field hockey are a minute and a half. The official will blow the whistle at 1:15, and the teams must at that point begin to take their positions on the field. So at 1:30, the whistle will blow to restart play. It will be Clocker ball since it's off of a Bellingham goal. Bellingham is ready to come out, and I'm sure they want to march downfield and score another goal and take a win away from Ashland, which had that win looking good with a 2-1 lead and controlling the ball, but Bellingham was able to get the ball inside the 25 and get it in the circle and a shot on goal. 3:20 is left in the game. Okay. The officials are happy. It's 3:28 left on the clock. Ball's out of bounds off of Ashland. It will be a side in Bellingham. Clockers are looking for some late game lightning here to take the tie away from Bellingham, who fought hard to get that second goal. Ball keeps moving down in the right direction for the Clockers. It's inside the circle. Stopped by Bellingham. Back outside the circle, out to the 20. A lot of pink shirts down there trying to control that ball and get it back into the circle for the Clockers. Free hit Bellingham, upfield, stopped. Taken away by Bellingham, and they have a breakaway here, but it is stopped by Grassberger. Grassberger passes it over to Moriarty. Moriarty gets it downfield to Norfolk. Norfolk dribbles it in, passes it into the circle. It's out of bounds. 25-yard hit Clockers. It's out of bounds off of Bellingham. We have 1:54 to go. The Clockers are knocking on the door again. Again, Moriarty will dribble or control or pass that ball 5 yards before she gets it into the circle, which she does. It's in, cleared by Bellingham. Again, 25-yard hit. Clocker players are hustling up, getting a spare ball behind the net, putting it in position to get that 25-yard hit again. There's less than 1:15 to go. It's about 1:10 to go in the game. Obstruction call goes against Ashland. Quick hit by Bellingham. Back in by Ashland. It looks like it's in the circle again. Nice attempt at a save by the Clockers, but it is out of bounds off of Ashland. So Bellingham will get a 16-yard hit, and at this point, they should be taking their time, looking for the tie rather than the win. You just want to keep the other team out of the circle and keep them out of goal. Oh, breakaway, 2-on-1. Gleason the stop. Controlled, sent downfield. Norfolk controls it, dribbling down, passes it up in the circle, stopped by Bellingham. Controlled by the Clockers again. Attempted a shot. A bouncer. Another shot. Doesn't make it through. Deflected out of bounds. Not out of bounds. Stays in. And it's out of bounds this time. And that's the game. Lost track of the time. I was hoping for the Clockers to keep that ball in the circle and score that winning goal at the buzzer. But unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. They played a terrific defensive game. Were a victim of bad luck at the end there with 3 minutes to go when Bellingham tied it up. So the final score tonight on Pink Night for the Clockers is 2-2.